What is a solution to an equation? Well, before we answer that question, let's actually talk about what an equation is. An equation is something with an equal sign and has an expression on both sides of that equal sign. So if I just had the expression 2x plus 3, that's an expression. Once I put an equal sign and put anything on the other side, whether it's another term like x or even the value is 0, I now have an equation because of that equal sign. So a solution to an equation is a value that makes the equation true. Okay, so for example, I'm going to have 3 examples. Our first one, x plus 2 equals 5, is an equation because of the equal sign. And we need to find the value or values that would make this equation true. Most of us can do this in our head and say, I know 3 plus 2 equals 5. So 3 is my solution. The way to know if that truly is a solution is to do what I did here and substitute it in. So 3 plus 2, and my question is, does it equal 5? 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 does equal 5. So this equation is true, so this is the solution. So for another example, 4m equals negative 16. I have to ask myself, what value would make this equation true? So what number would go in for m? 4 times what equals negative 16? Well, negative 4. Does this make it true? Well, if I substituted it in, 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Negative 16 is equal to negative 16. So I know m equals negative 4 is my solution. Our last example, 2q minus 3 equals 1. This one may be a little bit harder to do in our head. So I'm going to use operations to go backwards. Negative 3, I'm going to add 3. Because it's a 0 pair. So I have 2q equals 1 plus 3, which is 4. Then I'm going to divide by 2. Q equals 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So I believe my solution is 2, but I would like to check it. So the original equation, 2q minus 3, was equal to 1. I'm going to say 2 times my q value of 2 minus 3, and I'm going to hopefully see if it's equal to 1. Order of operations, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, I know q of 2 is my solution. So now we're going to talk about what a quadratic equation is, and then furthermore, what a solution to a quadratic equation. So our previous examples, here's another one, 2x equals 4, is linear because the variable of x has a power of 1. So a quadratic equation is something where the highest power is 2. So for an example, we could have x squared is equal to 4, where the power is 2. We could have 4x squared minus 1 is equal to 35. Or the standard form of a quadratic, which you may recognize, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is called the standard form of a quadratic equation, and it's really important for us to get it in standard form if our quadratic equation is not when we start solving these equations. So, what is a solution to a quadratic equation? Well, here's some examples. So our first example of a quadratic equation, x squared equals 4, has two solutions. Most quadratics will have two solutions. In this case, the solution is -2 and +2. So let me show you why this works to make sure that the equation is true with the solution. So we're going to try the first solution of -2. So our equation is x squared equals 4. So I'm going to say -2, my solution, squared, and I want to test whether that is 4. -2 squared is the same thing as -2 times itself. -2 times -2 is +4. So that makes it true. The second solution is a +2. So if I plug it in or substitute it in, 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. So that makes it true. So both values, -2 and +2, will make the original equation true. That's what makes it a solution. So let's look at one a little bit closer to what we'll be doing when we're actually solving these. So we'll have the quadratic equation. Notice it is in standard form already, equal to 0. So in this case, the two solutions are -3 or +2. So let's test them to make sure they're true. So our first solution of -3, in our original equation, x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to plug in or substitute in that -3 value. I like to use parentheses anytime I'm substituting something in. Squared, -3 squared, or -3 times itself, is a +9. Then I have a positive -3, which is just -3 minus 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 is equal to 0. So that means -3 is a solution to the original equation. Let's try the second solution. So our second solution was x equals 2. I'm going to plug it in and test it. 2 squared is 4 plus 2 minus 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 is equal to 0. So both x equals -3 and x equals 2 make the original equation true. So they are both solutions. Thanks for watching.